Eco-friendly fashion, create a textile. We'll need wool. The first thing we'll need is wool, which comes from a sheep and is not treated, so it's raw. Then we'll need scraps of felted fabric. As you can see, these scraps are really small, so pieces cannot be made of them. What you'll do first, you'll start pulling apart the fibers of the felt fabric. This way you will get all those fibers out. You have to pull it apart with a lot of strength, so you'll have to be really careful with this. This way you are pulling out the fibers, and this is how it should look like. You can also help yourself using a sandpaper, which will make the extraction of the fibers even easier. To do this, you'll just have to rub the sandpaper against your felted fabric, and your fibers will start coming out. Now this is how your wool would look like. The first thing you need to do is to brush your wool. For this you'll need a dog brush. The dog brush you'll use will be just as you were brushing a dog, and you'll start pulling the fibers apart, as so. Keep doing this until you get your desired amount of wool fabric. After that, you'll need to get your paper. For this case, we're using paper from a recycled notebook, which is perfect for us. You'll first have to scrape the paper out. By doing this, you'll have to break it apart with your fingers. Be sure it's with your fingers. If you do it with a scissor or with a knife or something, the fibers won't come out as we need it. So make sure you just scrap it out with your fingers. So now make sure you have your paper scrapped out in little pieces. All your synthetic fibers from the felted fabric. As you can see here, I had in 2 colors. And of course the fibers from the natural wool you're getting. Make sure this wool is perfectly brushed. So here's how your fabrics should have looked like, and how they must look at the end, like a little cotton ball. So now we're preparing the paper paste. We'll get our scraps of paper and we'll put in water. About a cup or 2, not more. You'll make sure all your paper is damp. Then you're going to have to put it in a blender. Make sure the blender is a blender you will not use for food later on, because it may get really dirty. Add some more water, about another 2 cups of water, so that it blends perfectly. That's about how much water you'll need. Now blend it. So here's how the paste would look like after you blend it. Then add glue. I added about 2 spoonfuls of glue. Blend it again and your paste should look like this. If your paste is a little bit too liquid, add more glue or more paper, as much as you need. Make sure to strain your paste. This way you'll get rid out of the water and you'll get a nice and firm paste. This is how your paste should look like at the end. Make sure to save the water you used, because we're gonna reuse it for the next process. Add more paper and repeat the process again. Blend it. After you blended it, make sure to add like 2 or 3 wisps of the wool fabric you made, and then blend it again. This way you'll get this kind of paste. Next, get some warm water and put some soap in it. In this case I'm using detergent, normal detergent. Next you're going to want to get a sushi mat. This sushi mat is regular bamboo and regular size. Then put a piece of fabric on top of it so it doesn't get dirty. Apply the wisps of wool in vertical order. Apply them regularly. After this, apply the synthetic wool in the opposite direction. This is how it should look like. Next, put a piece of nylon netting on top of it and press firmly. Spray the warm water with the soap previously prepared on top of it and press firmly again. Carefully pull off the nylon netting and prepare for the next process. Apply the paper paste on top of it. Add a thin layer of it. Remember to, after you apply it, press it firmly. This way you'll get what you see in the picture. Put the nylon netting on top of it again and press it even more firmly. As you can see, water starts coming out because the paste is still wet. Peel off the netting again and put some more wisps of wool fabric. This way you'll get a second layer. This is how it should look like after the wool is put on. Place the netting back on and spray it once more. Remember to press really firmly because this is the most important process. Get a soap bar and put soap on top of it. Put as much soap as you need. This will clean the fabric. After you do that, make sure to coat your hands with some soap and rub it once more. Peel off the netting carefully. As you can see, your wool is now soapy, and this is how it should look like at the end. Roll up your sushi mat. While rolling it up, make sure it's as tight as possible. Make sure you roll it up as many times as you want. This way, your fabric will get tighter. Turn your piece clockwise and roll it once more. When rolling it, make sure you apply as much pressure as you can. I rolled it about 20 to 25 times so that it is really firm. After that, turn your piece over and do exactly the same. Remember to roll it up as many times as you can. After that, lay it flat to dry overnight. You can also leave your fabric to dry in the sun, and this is how it should look like at the end. As you can see, it's a real thick fabric, which will be perfect for winter use. So you just have to confection your fabric, and that's all you need. Thanks for watching.